So this is the final step in the clothing process. This is the bundling. So this is the stage where we are putting together a specific bundle of clothing that's going to go out to our partner agencies and then to the families that they serve. All of the previous steps have culminated in this one. Especially important in this step is another round of quality check, which we do in every step, but this is the final phase before bags. So we want to make sure everything looks good. So what we do is you focus on the sign that you are the size that you are assigned first. So let's say we are assigned boys 6 to 12. Your volunteer lead will let you know which size you're working on that day and your goal of bundles that you need to make for that size. Generally, the goal will be between 10 and 12. For today's purposes, we're just going to make one bundle. So you would start with pants. The reason we always start with the pants bin, which is bin 2, is because generally we have less pants than other clothing items, and we know we can't make a clothing bundle without pants in it. So this sort of gives us a range of what we'll be able to make. So this is the amount in this bundle. So if I were making 10 to 12 bundles, what I would do is I would put in 2 pairs of pants. And when you're thinking about making a bundle, you really want to think about like, what is a dignified amount of clothing to give to a child that can hold them through, right? So we have certain thresholds. We don't like to go less than 2 pants or 2 tops because we want to make sure that the kid has enough stuff, and we just want to make a really quality bundle. Now, items don't really need to coordinate, but if you have the time to do that, that's an extra bonus. So you make your piles. You just lay out your pants like this. And then, so this is a great example of why we need to quality check. These are leggings, so we qualify these as growth pants. So they're in the wrong category. So I would take these out and put them in the resort bin because we don't want those to go into a boy bin. So you also want to just do a quick check and make sure it's the right size. So again, I'm going to do 2 pairs of pants per bundle. And the quantities of what you should be putting in each will also be spelled out for you by your volunteer lead. And sometimes when I'm doing it, I try to make sure, so see here, for example, I wouldn't necessarily want to give a kid 2 camo pants because it's the same thing, right? So I might just switch it like this. But as you're going through, just think about like what's a dignified bundle. So again, imagine you're doing 10 to 12 bundles, so you would have more piles than this. Once you have your pants set out, you're gonna take the bin back over here. And then from here, you can grab any of the other bins. So in the winter seasons, which for us, we consider winter between October and March, we're not gonna deal with bins 5 or 6 because those are summer bins. So for boy, you don't deal with bins 5 or 6, and same for girl. The only difference for girl is you would take clothing from bin 7 because that's not a summer bin. So I'm gonna go to tops. I'll pull down my tops bin. As you can see, we have a lot more tops here. So again, you're gonna make sure everything is okay. Now, this is a onesie. It's pretty stained though, so I don't wanna give this. So this is gonna be something that is not up to quality. That's gonna go in the items counted out of inventory because I don't want that to go to anyone. It's not a resort. Now this is a sweater. So this is fine, but it is in the wrong category, right? It's not a top. It would technically be in bin 3. So we can just set that aside for when we get there. So here we go. This is a onesie. So we're gonna put this onesie on one of our piles. Again, coordination is not the goal, but you can see this is kind of cute, right? Like they could wear this black and blue together. So if it's possible to coordinate, please do that. You wanna do a pair of, you wanna make sure every pant has a top. Sometimes your assignment might be to put 3 or 4 tops, even though there's 2 pants, and that just depends on like the level of the bin. Once again, that will be noted to you beforehand. So you would keep going in this bin, coordinating tops and bottoms, okay? So again, you would be making more bundles than I'm making today, and you would have more piles. Then you're going to put your bin back and grab the next one. So the next bin I'm grabbing is bin 3, which is sweaters and sweatshirts. I'm gonna put 2 sweaters in this bin. And as I said before, you will be assigned the quantity of each. You'll know the quantity of each that you should be putting in each bundle. So we've got our 2 sweaters, 2 tops, 2 pants, 1 more bin left, and that is pajamas. So if there's a onesie like this, that's obviously good to go. It looks great. You're gonna put it in here. We have a lot of pajamas, so we're gonna put 2 of those in, like that. Now, if you're able to, and again, you'll be instructed by a volunteer lead about this, you can sort of match up pajamas as you find them. You are not gonna find exact matches in here. Very often we get tops and bottoms separately. So we try to just get as close as possible. And when I say that, I mean like, these both have a teal on them, right? So we would count that as a match. They're the right size. What we do is we tie them together like this. Ultimately, we want to get clean, nice pajamas to kids, and matching is not a priority and honestly not really a possibility in the ShareBaby bins. So this child now has 3 pajamas, 2 sweaters, 2 tops, and 2 pants. To make your bundling and labeling process easiest, you want to make all of your bundles of the same size have the same quantity. So for example, a pajama set counts as 2 items. So if I'm going to give a pajama set to this bundle, I want to do that to every bundle so that at the end, my counting is as seamless as possible. That's not always possible, but if you have questions or you get stuck or you don't understand, talk to your volunteer lead and they'll help you talk through it. So at this point, we've gone through all of our bins because again, we're not doing bins 5 and 6, and we have our bundles. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 items in this bin. That's a great bundle. This is a quality bundle. It has a variety of items, and any kid would be happy to open something like this. What we don't want are bundles that are like just full of sweaters or just sweaters and pajamas. We want to make sure we're giving the kids that we serve a well-rounded amount of items to sort of fill out their wardrobe. So you take your bundle, and now if you've done your bundling correctly, you won't have to count each pile because each pile would have 10 in it if you put the exact same quantity in each. That's why we do that. The next step is to label and then bag. So these are our clothing bundle labels. So we're going to check off the gender, which is boy. Then we're going to write in the size, which is 6 to 12. And then we're going to write the number of items on the bag, which is 10. We're going to stick this on the bag. It's easier to get a full stick, and sometimes these labels peel up, so you want to press it down when the bag's empty. No big deal if you've already put the clothing in, but we like to sticker it first, and then you put everything in here. You don't need to worry about folding. Our bags move a lot through the warehouse, and so they will get unfolded for sure. So don't spend your time on that. You're going to close it securely and tie it. You can either double knot it like this. We don't want these bags to come apart. Or you can pull the string like this and tie it here. Either way, you want to make sure this is closed tight. Like I said, our bags move a lot in the warehouse. And so in motion, if the bag is not tied or if it's tied too loosely, clothing items can come out, and that's obviously not ideal. And then you're done. And then you would fill a cart or make a pile of your completed bundles. And when you're finished with this one size, you would just move to the next size as assigned.